Okay, so for those who don't know me, I am new here. My name is Kyoko, and I'm just gonna go straight to the point and talk about moving abroad during this crazy year. So I've made a list of like key things, just anything that I think is going to be useful for people that are planning to move abroad anytime really, but it's just during this time, honestly, it's really stressful. If you're gonna do it, like, good luck. I needed luck, and wish you all the best. Okay, so I am from the UK originally, and I was born and raised in London, and I moved all the way to Hong Kong. So number one, before you move anywhere, just be 100% sure that's where you want to go. Like, you have work there, you have friends there, or possibly even relatives there, or even a partner. So I moved here for two reasons, for work, and my boyfriend lives here. Well, he's a local, so those are my two main reasons for moving. Next, your visa. I'm an international model, and when you have a good agency, they will provide everything for you, like your visa, your accommodation, your flights. So whether that's like modeling agency or company, just make sure that you secure that visa, otherwise you can't get into the country, especially now, because like a lot of countries are not letting you in without a work visa, or like unless you're a permanent resident. It's just a lot tighter now. Traveling as a tourist is just like a no-go in Hong Kong right now. So yeah, I had to make sure that I had that. Next is shipping. So I kind of just spontaneously made the decision to move all my stuff. Like, usually I just travel for like 3 months, or yeah, usually it's 3 months, and I'll just take one suitcase and then go back to London. But that wasn't the case this time. Like, I knew that I wanted to make this like permanent move, so I packed up my whole entire room whilst waiting for my visa to be processed. And with this whole visa processing stuff, like, it usually takes 4 to 6 weeks. In my case, it took a bit longer because the timing was just like really bad. Immigration had got COVID, and then some people had to work from home, so just like the processing took like 3 weeks longer. So yeah, I had more time to pack my room and pack my suitcases, and I was able to do research on this shipping company called 7 Seas Worldwide, and they ship to Hong Kong. And the thing is, when you choose a shipping company, you need to make sure that, you know, your country is on the list, because if I was going to go to Japan, like, that's not on this website. So after doing my research, I decided to go with them and pay the deposit. They have like the quote section, and I ordered my boxes. I wasn't really sure how many boxes I needed, but I just kind of over ordered, and luckily they refund the boxes that you didn't use. So I was only using 4 boxes, 2 large sizes and 2 standard, and the large boxes were big enough to fit all my clothes, shoes, bags, because I had put my clothes in vacuum concealer packs. That's another thing, like, when you're going anywhere, when you're traveling, just make sure that you have those vacuum concealer packs, because they're just like really useful. So yeah, I was able to shove that all in, and then 2 standard boxes I was able to put my more like fragile items because they provided bubble wrap, and everything else that I didn't need I gave to charity or I just threw away. Make sure you write a list. It's so important to make a list of everything, because you're gonna have to type that out later and insure each item. Valuable items are more expensive, so yeah, just make sure you know what you're packing, you know what's in each box. Like, take photos, just have it, because you're gonna be stressed out. You're already stressed out from doing all of this, but you're gonna be even more stressed out if you don't remember anything. What else? Oh yeah, so all of that, including my suitcase that I decided to send as well, came up to around £250, and shipping does take roughly 2 months. It was supposed to arrive this week, but I checked on the tracking and apparently it's still in the Middle East, so just be aware that it does take quite a while for your items to come. And because of that, just make sure that you do pack enough for your flight. Like, you have 3 months worth of clothes and makeup and just anything that you can buy from your country. Another thing that you really need to do is do a lot of reading. Read the news, read what's happening in each country, read up the UK government website, like if that's where you're from, and also read the government website in the country that you're going to, because they do have different laws, different rules, different like procedures when it comes to this whole crazy pandemic. If you have anything to sort out in your country, like, make sure you do it, whether that's like your bank cards are expiring, make sure you order new bank cards so that they expire way later, or just like make sure letters are not being sent to your home address anymore. Make everything paperless, download all the apps you need, call up any companies like loan companies, just call up everywhere before coming, because you don't want to have trouble. You basically just don't want extra stress in your life. So I made sure that I did all of that. The next thing is looking for apartments. So if you are staying in a hotel, that's perfectly fine. Make sure that it's a hotel that you can quarantine in, they allow it. I don't know about now, because things did change the minute I got here. Like, I think everyone has to be in a hotel for quarantine. I have no idea if they changed it again. But yeah, I only had to stay in a hotel for 1 night and then go to my apartment for home quarantine. So make sure that you know where you're gonna stay. It's sorted out before you go. You have someone that can help you with food and anything important. So I had my boyfriend, luckily. He actually chose this apartment after going through like what I wanted in an apartment as well. Hong Kong is really small, and it is quite expensive as well, so you might have a toilet with the shower on top of the toilet, which is like, I'm not used to that, so that's not what I wanted. I wanted it separate. I like to cook, so I wanted somewhere I can cook and have a washing machine, just have all the necessities in this apartment, and just for it to be in a really convenient area. So I was able to write down this address before coming and say that this is going to be the place where I'm going to home quarantine. So the next thing that I want to talk about is quarantine, because there's just so many things that you need to do before you come to somewhere like Hong Kong. The final step that I did was booking my flights. I had already got my shipping and my apartment out of the way. So you book your flights, make sure that it's direct. You kind of don't want to do stopover during this time, because you don't know if the other country has some rules and you're gonna have to read up more, and someone like me, I don't really like reading, so yeah, get a direct flight, it will make your life easier. And also call up that flight, because they don't provide everything that you need. And for me, I need special dietary requirements, like a special meal on board. They didn't do that, so I just said, can I bring my own meal? And they were like, yeah, sure. The reason why I say like read a lot is because before coming to Hong Kong, you had to already download the declaration form 48 hours before flying, and you needed the app, and you needed a Hong Kong SIM card with a Hong Kong number. So I told my boyfriend to post me a Hong Kong SIM card. I mean, if you have friends or your company, work company, or just relatives that can do that for you, that would be great, because you actually need that number in order to activate the wristband that they're going to give you. And this app you also need to download. I mean, you can probably download it in that country, but you don't know if you're going to connect to Wi-Fi properly, and it's just, you just don't know what's going to happen. So make sure you have everything beforehand. And yeah, just be prepared, because it's going to be a very long time that you're at the airport. That's like whether you're flying like before your flight or after your flight. And at Heathrow, I know that if you're capable, like you don't need any assistant or help, they expect you to go to the airport by yourself. They don't want you to have anyone else. And I had 3 suitcases which I had to like push by myself after getting off my taxi. Getting out of the flight, was pretty straightforward, because you just follow everyone to one place. Because I had downloaded everything previously, I was able to just go straight to step 1. There was about 9 steps in total at the Hong Kong airport, and in total it took about 4 hours to get through everything. So yeah, I'll just kind of explain what I did. What did I do? So step 1, I think, was them scanning your baggage. Step 2 was getting this wristband and like giving your Hong Kong number to them. Yeah, step 3 was activating the app and scanning the QR code which is on this wristband. Step 4 was talking to someone, like having a one-on-one meeting about where you're gonna live, what you're gonna do, and like them giving you information as well. You get this information booklet on like what to do and not to do at the hotel or home quarantine, like whichever one you're gonna do. And then there's also another booklet where you record your temperature, so make sure you have a thermometer on you, because you're going to have to record morning and night. That's if you're going into Hong Kong. I don't know about other countries. And step 5, I think you have to like watch a video on, what is it? Yeah, they give you, there's like a video you have to watch on how to spit in this tube and seal it and disinfect it, and yeah, so you watch that. Step 6, you actually do what you just watched. Step 7, you hand it over. And step 8, you wait, because there's so many people, so you have to wait for your coach to come. The reason why I had to stay at a hotel for one night is because my plane landed in the afternoon, so the results will take longer to come out, whereas if you land in the morning, I think you just stay at the airport for 8 hours and then you can go straight to home quarantine. But yeah, I had to stay in their provided hotel, which is only like 30 minutes away from the airport. And then yeah, step 9, you get on the coach and go to this hotel, and they provide you with 2 meals, dinner and the breakfast. And then once your results are fine, they will just tell you to get into a taxi and go straight to your home quarantine. Be prepared, because, you know, being in isolation for 14 days isn't like the greatest experience. If you're in an apartment like mine where the windows are tinted and it's facing buildings, you don't get enough sunlight. Make sure your apartment has Wi-Fi, because you're going to be bored to death if you don't. If there's anything else that I missed out, I'll write it down. But that's just some tips on if you're planning to move abroad during this crazy time. It is really stressful, but if you have to do it, do it. I did it, so anyone can do it. And yeah, good luck. And I actually plan on making a lot of videos. This is my first video. So yeah, please like, subscribe. I'm looking forward to talking about loads of other things. Okay, bye.